wiekowo i osiągnięciami mieli na Rembi, a naprzeciw
we're underway.
Auriane, Mallo. Kilka słów o tych zawodniczkach. Różnica wieku i doświadczenia jest kolosalna między jedną i drugą zawodniczką.
And we take our first.
Różnicy pomiędzy nimi 36 lat ma Estonka, 23-latka Auriane, Mallo. No jeszcze wszyscy francuska. A Estonki z Estonek tylko Bieliajewa, a reszta jednak wysoko są dużo wyżej od Francuzek w rankingu szpadzisty. Mallo w turnieju indywidualnym przed 3 dniami w Toruniu przegrała już w pierwszej swojej walce. Po wyjściu z grup przegrała w 1:32 turnieju z Niemką polskiego pochodzenia. Przypomnę, Aleksandra Ndolo, reprezentująca Niemiec, urodzona w Krakowie, mama Polka, ojciec Kameruńczyk, no i ta właśnie
First double.
We're up in the gods here, watching down on this, and usually we have an atmospheric mic down on the field of play, so you can hear the sound of the blades. But at this venue, it's not possible. So we're using a camera up in the commentary box, and you can probably hear the very excited Polish TV commentator rabbiting away about this match. Certainly not the two teams you'd expect to have been here at in this gold medal match. France taking out Romania and Estonia taking out Hungary. The top two seeds have to fight off for the bronze medal.
I'm not that surprised about Estonia, but I mean, France has had a very good day. Israel, Ukraine, and Romania are not weak teams. And they've come out strongly here. That will do it, a double to end the first 5 apiece. And we go to the second, Bieliajewa for Estonia, Rembi for France.
On is even.
Muszki się tutaj zupełnie pogubiły, zarówno w turnieju indywidualnym, jak i zespołowym, a przecież to brązowe medalistki sprzed roku w rankingu indywidualnym bardzo wysoko dwie Włoszki, a tutaj nie zaistniały zupełnie w tą grę. Troszkę podłamały się może, bo te same mocne zawodniczki tutaj są przecież w turnieju. Tak,
Well, again, exceptionally close to non-combativity being called. They do look like they're still fencing though. I can't see the referee letting this go too much longer than a minute without a hit.
Well, just as he was hovering, we get a double.
Klasyfikowana na świecie wśród stażystek, ale tutaj z kolei w tym turnieju bardzo dobrze walczyła w turnieju indywidualnym. Zajęła 10. lokatę i dopiero pechowo trafiały na German, bo z German również przegrała Rembi rundę wcześniej.
I have to say that despite these two fencing very well, these two teams fencing very well today, it doesn't look necessarily like they're prepared for the gold medal match, either team. So it's
how do you mean?
Well, it just feels like a bit of a free-for-all, really. They're both being exceptionally cagey, but of course we've already had the target score reached in the first match, and they both seem to be going at each other in the second, and that's a little bit unusual in épée. They tend to feel each other out in the first three matches.
Certainly have time to reach the target score here. I think that was a indication there that they may be looking to leave it here.
A bit late in the day though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Under a minute left in the second period. The referee's not going to call non-combativity unless the two fencers back away from each other completely.
Well, that will do it. We go to the third 8 for Estonia, 7 for France, 2 for Rembi, 3 for Belyaeva, and it will be Kerpu on to face Joséphine, Jacques-André-Coquin.
Kerpu won her first title of the season on the circuit this season.
Joséphine wychodzi w pierwszym składzie.
Well, Estonia seem a little bit more keen to go and try and score the hits here in these early stages.
Nice move there from Kurpu.
Yeah, we see a nice replay of it here as well. A feint to the high line and then down into the leg. The 10th hit for Estonia. Kurpu doing a great job there, keeping the point right around the target, and they back away from each other.
Yep.
Kurpu happy with her job in the third period.
So 3 for Kurpu there, but nil point for Jacques-André-Coquin. And we go into the fourth 4-point lead for Estonia. Belyayeva back on to face Mallo.
Not mucking around today, these lady épéistes, are they?
Absolutely not.
Model athletes, these fencers. There's a great deal of cerebral intent when it comes to fencing. You need to know what you're doing, and perhaps épée is the weapon where you need to be more cerebral than the others. You need to be so patient, you need to be calculated, you need to be careful, you need to be luring your opponent in, but also the physical side of this game means these athletes are possibly some of the fittest in the world. I remember the Los Angeles Olympics, they did a study on all of the athletes that were competing. They ran a series of tests, and of course tests are tests, and it depends on what kind of test you're taking, but they ran the tests across all of the athletes at the Olympic Games, and they were trying to spot the fittest athletes, and marathon runners came out top of the pile. Fencers were next.
I'm not surprised.
14-metre piece, these guys run up and down. And they do it potentially for 3 minutes per bout in team events and 9 minutes in an individual event.
Well, that's in fencing time. Mallo asking for a weapon to be checked. It works.
Do you know the tip of a fencing sword is the second fastest moving object at the Olympic Games?
I know that. What's the first?
A bullet from a shooter's gun. Even faster than an archer's arrow. I was talking to someone the other day about this, and they said, oh, no, badminton. like badminton,
Yeah,
and table tennis. And yes, the ball accelerates incredibly fast in both of those sports, but it's not the fastest moving.
1:41 remaining in the fourth leg. Non-combativity is called, and we roll into the fifth. And now a 15-9 lead for Estonia. Only 2 there for Mallo, and 4 for Belyaeva. Embrich on for Estonia to face Jacques-André-Coquin. Oh, they've got a picture up.
Yeah, they can't continue to play this non-combativity card, the French. They've got to try and claw some hits back. Well, Jacques-André-Coquin is desperately trying to find a way through here, but Embrich is keeping it simple, keeping it smart, staying well within her warning track and scoring a double.
Jacques-André-Coquin will surrender her weapon, get a new one.
I have to say, the Estonians have broken this one open early doors, and now they're in the box seat. They really are in control of this match, and the French have to fight hard. Non-combativity can't be an option now for the French. They've got to go and fight.
It's really difficult to get, to get some traction and create a comeback scenario against Estonia once they've got that lead. They'll just sit on you.
The problem they face is that they're not going to go desperate. They're not going to go chasing after it at this stage. But if they leave it too long before launching an attack and even just giving up a double, the referee's going to call non-combativity. And to be fair to the Estonians, why not play that game if you've got this lead? Yeah, and you know, those of you that are new to fencing and don't fully understand the sport, you may think, oh, they're just dancing around it. But if you're going to win a European gold medal by just keeping your opponent at bay, why not? If you look at boxing, if you've smashed your opponent in the first 3 rounds, stay away from them. That's exactly what you're going to do. You're not going to go and try and knock them out unless there's a clear knockout. So that's what the Estonians are doing.
And doing it well.
You could call that non-combativity at the end. There are only 3 seconds on the clock, but Estonia are driving this one through. The French have to find a way to break them up.
Well, only a net gain of 1 for France there. There was 1 for Embrich and 2 for Jacques-André-Coquin. On to the 6th, and it will be Kerpu and Rembi.
Mecz jest rozgrywany na korzyść Estonii.
Both these teams have a very young average age, and you have to think that this is the future of women's épée right in front of you. And will they cause some surprises at the Olympic Games?
Well, they've caused a few here.
Yeah, well, you've got this crazy situation here at the European Championships, second biggest event of the year, but ahead of the Olympic Games. You've got a number of factors that play their part. One is avoiding injury. 2 is not giving your game away too much. 3, of course, is the bragging rights to say you're European champions. So, Romania going out early. They didn't seem overly concerned about that. Early. They went out in the semi-finals. They went out earlier than you would expect them to.
They definitely viewed this as, it's important, of course, they want to do well, but as a, test run.
Well, I don't believe they'll drop outside the #1 spot after these championships. So once Romania knew they'd secured that position, it was all about just fencing within themselves. Of course, putting in an effort and showing some respect to your opponents, but they didn't seem too bothered that they'd gone down against the French, and they back away here.
Well, in relative terms, not a bad outing for France. They got a couple of points back. Nothing there for Kerpu in that leg. Yeah, still a 3-point Estonia lead. Belyaeva on to face Jacques-André-Coquin. Is Jacques-André-Coquin going to come after this, do you think? Or will they wait? and just try and close the gap a little more.
I can't see her going crazy, but I don't see her playing non-competitivity here. I think she is going to try and score a hit. And get another one back in this period. That puts them back in contention. But a double, obviously, is well, it's almost irrelevant at this stage of the competition, or this stage of the match.
Ale jak obserwowałem twoje podopłeczne, to one w tych dzisiejszych meczach urozmaicone jednak w sposób walki.
This is lining up for a thrilling finish, with Embrek and Rembi coming on for the anchor legs for Estonia and France. So far away from the target score, lots of hits could be scored in that last period. The referee's called halt there, that hit won't stand.
Well, she's asking for a video review, Belyeva.
Well, they do come together and she doesn't go past, so I can understand why she's calling for that. And I think maybe the referee has called halt for them coming together and neither of them being able to wield their weapons safely.
No hit allowed there. Jacques-André-Coquin trying to raise the temperature a bit, but it is Belyeva on the winning end. This is getting costly for France.
Well, you can understand why Jacques-André-Coquin is going after it, but it's not paid off in this seventh leg.
Well, she says that's enough. And we roll into the eighth, 19 for Estonia, 14 for France, and 5 points is a big gap.
We might see some fireworks in this penultimate leg, though. Kerpu up against Mallo. I think Kerpu will try and close the gap up.
Mallo.
Sorry, Mallo will try and close the gap up against Kerpu.
That 1 point in the seventh for Jacques-André-Coquin came on a double, so.
By my calculations, Jacques-André-Coquin finishes on a -4 indicator. Belyeva on a +5. And Mallo is going for this. I've watched Kerpu grow into a serious contender for individual medals over the last few years, and she took her inaugural title this season. She's given up a couple of hits here. But you've got to say Estonia are looking good for the gold medal now. Have you seen the film The Fencer?
I have not yet.
It's an absolutely fabulous family drama centered around a fencing club, or it's actually centered around a school with a young guy who goes in. He was a talented fencer himself, and he goes and coaches kids with sticks, and you know, they're all taped up. It's made up weapons from nature, and his name is Lehis.
I know that name.
And I had a chance to find the main coach for the Estonians here, but she has that name. And I wonder if there's a family link there. Great film. If you like your fencing, then hunt it down. It's really worth a watch.
Very important hit there for Kerpu. As we're back to that 5-point margin. Nice from Mallo.
Ooh, what a nice hit under the guard there from Auriane Mallo. French are keen for her to carry on. Maybe get another one back. Came in trailing by 5. Only 3 behind now, the French team. Oh, they are going to back away.
Well, time has run out, and so we go to the 9th and final leg. Arena Embrick and Lauren Rembi to close, and Estonia holding on to a 3-point lead.
Mallo, despite her efforts, finishes on a 0 indicator. Kerpu ends up on a -1, believe it or not. Indicator is an indication of how many hits you've scored over and above your opponent. And if you're on negative figures, they've scored more against you. 0 means you've scored the same as they've scored against you, and positive means you've outscored your opponents. And so, of course, teams are looking for a positive indicator. Belyeva finishing on +5 for Estonia, Kerpu on a -1. Jacques-André-Coquin finishing on -4, and Mallo finishing on a 0. Hence, Estonia being in the lead. Rembi keeping quite a big distance here. Wow, I'm astonished by this. I think that Rembi is playing a risky game, and there you go, Estonia snapping out another hit.
Well, the lead's now 4, and this 9th and final leg is halfway gone. But there's a reason why Irina Embrich closes for Estonia. She's a rock. Yeah.
Well, the French men's épée team were solid, professional, played a beautiful game last night, and I've got to say that at the moment Lauren Rembi is staying too far away from Embrich. She needs to close the distance right up to be able to fashion some points. Estonia broke this open in the first 3 legs, and they've just held on. And they are the ones that have done the great job tonight. Well, we're 50 active fencing seconds away from Estonia taking the gold medal here tonight.
Well, there's one for Rembi.
Finally, she's decided to push a little bit.
Well, here's one reason why Rembi was hesitant to push against Embrich. I mean,
she's got no choice now.
Yeah, she's got to throw herself forward, and that never ends well. But
well, the thing is that with her reach and her length, I think that she can close this gap. And she just left it very, very late. Maybe it's a ploy, but she's now got no choice. She's just got to go forward.
Well, that was nicely done.
Taking the blade an octave and then coming up into the high line. Still time. She can do this. But that's the problem. As soon as she gets close, Embrich's just going to dive in. And now having to run at her opponent, the Estonian is going to find this pretty simple. It's double after double now. And even worse than that, stepping in and bringing your arm back.
That's always a bad idea.
Hambrick's just going to step forward and do a lunge now, I think. Stepping in and then pulling out a distance. The French did not get this right tactically. Estonia are going to take the gold medal at the Torun 2016 European Fencing Championships. And they played a blinder in the first three, and that was enough.
And that will do it. The Rock of Estonia has held 33-28. Our final score as Estonia becomes our new European champion. France goes home with the silver medal, and they will be joined by Romania